morning, everybody. We're at our terminal in Sepulpa, Oklahoma right now. Want to be making a delivery at the Walmart DC in Ochelata. It's about 50 miles from here. I'm going to probably stop at the Flying J here in Tulsa on the way up. Well, no. Actually, I won't, because I didn't see that car. It was behind my mirror and A-pillar. I'll wait on this other shuttle bus or whatever that thing is. Sometimes I really hate trying to get in and out of here. If it's not it's not the hassle trying to get off the interstate or turnpike, because there's no light there to protect me. It's waiting for traffic here, and then like right now I'm waiting for traffic on the left side to go by, but as soon as I get a clearance there on the left, there's someone comes on the right. Alright, so anyway, we're going to be delivering. Should be, I'm not waiting all damn day, sorry, it's not going to happen. I'll use the left turn lane or something, but you guys can go to hell if you think I'm going to sit there all day long waiting for... Well, one more car back there on the right. Oh, now he's finally moving. I was ready to use that left turn lane a lot longer if I had to. So that's the fortunate thing. There was nobody trying to make the left over here in OG, or I don't know how you pronounce that place. I might still stop and like clean my windows and stuff and get a drink at the QT. That's right by our the hotel that we use, or motel, I guess I would call it. Might be good for you guys. Also, if you do end up deciding to come to JCT and you want to know where you're staying, I can show you that. Don't want this video to be excessively long, but so what I plan to do, we're gonna make a left here to get on to northbound or eastbound I-44, or also known as the Turner Turnpike. We do have Pike Pass or Free Pass, whatever you want to call it. JCT does pay all the tolls, and I say, yeah. If you do end up coming here, you'll see about where we actually stay. It's the Super 8 by Wyndham, and here it's in Tulsa on the west side. It's 11 miles from here. I just got on at exit 211. I'll be where the Super 8 is at, as well as the QT truck stop, and also the Peterbilt and KW dealers are both right there off that same exit. It's exit 222. What is that? 40? I remember it's 47th Street or 40, it's something like that. I can't remember the number. But yeah, I'm not gonna need fuel. As mentioned, I don't want to have the video too excessively long because I have to degrade the quality of it to get the file down to the right side, under 4 gigs if I can. So I'll plan on running high speed. After we get back on, after we stop at the QT and get back on the road, I'll probably high speed it. All the way probably from the QT to just a little bit before we get to the DC. about an hour seems to be the magic number for how long I can make the video and be sure that it'll be below 4 gigs in size. But yeah, at least I wanted to have a good starting off point here to show you guys. That way, if you're not with JCT and you do decide you want to come to JCT, you have kind of a general idea. These Ochelata loads here, we do a lot of them. I don't personally do a whole ton of them, but it's I've done a number of them myself, and it's always a great, good load to do if you live in the Tulsa area, or you know, if you live out this way somewhere, or if you're trying to get to even if you don't live out here and you're trying to get to the terminal for whatever reason. Maybe you are a JCT driver and you want to quit or something, or just have something going on you want to do. Yeah, it's good. Good load to get you to the yard. Alright, so I'm under the load that I picked up in Colton, the one that actually should be live and ready for you guys to watch as of 5 minutes ago. So right now it's the 3rd of December at 5:05 a.m. Pacific time, or 7:05 local time. I have an 8:45 appointment time, and then after that I have tonight I have a reload in Arkansas City, Kansas, that is going to Oakland, California. I'm debating whether to come back to the yard after I'm done the delivery, because today is the funeral for one of our driver managers, Jennifer Heisley. I talked about her in that last video. Her funeral's today in Tulsa at 2 o'clock. I'm honestly kind of iffy on going, though, to be honest with you. In a way, I'd like to go, but in another way, it's like, especially with, I don't necessarily want to be around a whole huge crowd. I heard it's going to be a much bigger crowd of people there than you would even think. Might even be upward of 2,500 to 3,000 people showing up. That's how hugely impactful she is on the entire company here. And then she had a prior career before with. See, I need to move over because this lane's going to end here in a second. So, but it's the left lane's ending also. But I also know after this section here, it's the right lane. The right lane's going to end right after this section coming up. I didn't realize I'd already come up this far. I like to back off my speed a little bit, but I see that LTL truck there not wanting to slow down, and so I just, because I know the speed limit's dropped to 60 for the construction zone. I'm trying to keep a gap here between the traffic in front of me and him. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm saying, oh, wait, what did they do? Open, make this lane, does this lane not end anymore? That's new. Yeah. What sucks about construction sometimes, you're expecting the lane to end, and all of a sudden the lane that is ending is no longer ending. Not a bad thing, but it's at the same time, it's like, I was kind of expecting it to. Alright, so, yeah, like I was saying, there's just a huge crowd of people that are expected to be there. Might be standing room only even. It's going to be at a Catholic church in Tulsa. And I hear you Catholics like to have really long-winded type of funerals, which I can deal with. Yeah, and in one way, I wouldn't mind going just so I can hear like eulogies and maybe I'll have like video and picture montages or something of her. You know, that because I have my own experiences with her. You know, that were all very extremely positive, and everybody else also. I've never heard a bad thing about her from anybody. Which is more than I can say for myself. So it's, I mean, she's as solid as they come as far as good people. And you know, so she's going to have a crowd there, rightly so. Found out that the accident that killed her was caused by a driver who had a heart attack, apparently, or some kind of medical event, and became incapacitated, or you know, or maybe panicked or something, and I don't know. They ended up drifting across 3 different lanes or something, and collided head on with her. I guess she tried to avoid it but couldn't, and her car was smashed up bad. And I guess that the impact actually cut her femoral artery and basically caused her to bleed to death. I don't know what other. I'm sure she had some other serious injuries too from it, but I don't know if she was conscious or not. But yeah, with I don't think it. She did make it to the hospital. I think maybe had lost too much blood or had too. I don't know. Might have had too much. I'm sure he had a head injury too. So really unfortunate and all that. And it's, I mean, and naturally there are a lot of people at the yard who are having a hard time with it. I'm a little more, I guess, stoic, or I don't know if I would say stoic, but because I'm a much more logical type person, so I'm not really emotional about it, but I'm also like, I don't know, I'm still in shock, I guess, that her of all people is who this happened to, because I know her prior background, and I did not expect her, of all people who are not even truckers, to succumb to a motor vehicle accident. Now, I didn't expect somebody like some average run-of-the-mill driver, but see, I got a little bit of fog over there on my mirrors, so I need to get over her ASAP. I don't really need to get off the freeway here, but I'm going to, just because I want to kind of clean off my windows and just get me a drink. Okay, right in front of me, right here, this is exit 222, by the way. This is the Super 8, and there's a Waffle House right here. It's the Super 8's where JCT puts drivers when you come to orientation, or if you end up needing a room, whatever. You can tell them you want to stay somewhere else, but they'll. There's usually but you're going to pay for it anyway if you're a lease operator, and then if you're a company driver, I believe they pay for it. Well, when you come to orientation, they pay for the room, but if you come over here like to get your truck worked on or something along that line, or maybe you just don't know, whether it's your truck's over here at the KW dealer, or if you go to at our terminal or something, and you want to, if you just want to stay in a motel, they'll usually set you up over here on their PO, and then what they'll do is they'll if you're a lease op, they'll charge your maintenance account. Okay, right over here, right across the street from the Peterbilt dealer. Oops, I forgot there are 2 lanes here. That's I can barely see out of my because the mist that's on my mirrors is preventing me from being able to see out it. And I have mirror heat, but I think last winter when I was trying to use my mirror heat, it wasn't working, and I just never got around to getting it fixed. Actually, I got the mirror heat on. Actually, it is working. All right, even better. I really should have stopped at Flying J, but that's not a big deal. Because I don't want to have to backtrack. I want to make the delivery first and then worry about what to do about fuel after that. So I'll just make a quick stop here and get a drink, and then we'll press on from here. Alright guys, let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm not going to have time to go to the other end of town and stop just for reefer fuel. I wanted to get it at the yard, but they were just starting their day over there, and Bobby, our guy who handles refilling the reefer units there, he was busy doing inventory kind of stuff, and was telling me that he'll get in trouble if he stops what he's doing to refuel my tank first. And then I told Jeff Regard that he might get in trouble for that, but I'm not making my load late for delivery because of reefer fuel. So he goes, how much fuel do you have in it? And I go, just a little bit over half. And he goes, oh, get out of here. You got he said, you're good. It's I guess they were mainly concerned about if I'm going somewhere else. Come on, Dooley. You were already there anyway. I don't think you're gonna go in front of me, dude. You were freaking stopped there. No, you were not even stopped yet. Let's see. Let this guy out real quick. Otherwise, they're gonna wait forever there too. If I have to stop anyway, that one, take turns one is the way it should work. At least when I was in the Air Force, when it was time for everybody to go home at the end of their shift, like when I was at Aviano Air Base, Italy. Everyone would funnel into the same gate from both sides of the flight line, and they actually had a rule there. Signs even telling you when it's backed up, take turns. So every other, there should always be one car from the other side coming in front of you and one kind of falling in behind you. So there's two routes you can take here. I may go ahead and stay at regular speed until we're on Highway 75. And then once we're on 75, I will probably accelerate it because it's about a 30-mile trip up 75. And we're only... shit. Damn it, I nailed her. I knew it was a little bit early, off there, but traffic was kind of making it hard for me to focus on. So I was watching both the traffic in front of me and behind me. We're on 244 here. I just got past the 44 and 244 split. I wanted to take the 244 side, which goes around the north side of downtown. You can really take either side, but I don't really want to deal with taking 44 around the south side and then having to work my way up through town, whatever. You know, when this is the quicker way to go anyway. And I forgot to clean my windshield, but it's looking better now anyway. Alright, so you might get thrown off depending on what navigation you use. I don't know about trucker GPSs because I use Google Maps only. Doesn't mean I have Google tell me how to get to places. I just look at the map only. And there are 2 exits that are doable here off this highway, but the second one is the one you ideally want to take. You can take both of them. They'll take about the same amount of time, but the one that's further down, you don't have to kind of snake your way around to downtown or whatever. Which actually, I just saw the downtown skyline a minute ago. Right lane ends. Wonderful. Now I got all these cars. Of course, cars don't want to yield. Well, now they want to. This guy didn't have to, but it's also, if you got that kind of a gap, if you're only leaving that kind of gap in front of you, then you are following too closely anyway. You should not be. My general rule of thumb is, if you can't fit an entire truck, a semi-truck in between you and who's in front of you, you're following too closely. I don't care if you're going 5 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. You don't need to be following that closely. Okay, I think it's a left exit if I remember right, so I don't really want to move to the right. There will be another exit coming up here. I think it's exit 4. That's the first one that goes to 75 north. That's not the one I want to take though. Okay, actually, 4 Bravo is Highway 64 and 51 down to Sand Springs and Broken Arrow. 51 is whenever you want to go down to I-40 and over to Arkansas. 51 from I-44 over to the Muskogee Turnpike or 351. That's how we usually do that. Alright, so yeah, 4 Bravo is coming up.
Oh, you need it. Here's what you said, but I know the that one south is behind you.
Alright, so this exit coming up is the one of them that you can take, but it's not the one I'm going to take. Okay, this is 4 Bravo. What that'll do is take you around the south end of the skyline here, and you'll end up back on. You're kind of snaking around the downtown area here, which is right here in front of me, and shoot back up to the north from there. If you go a little bit further down the road, at merge points, I gotta watch, be extra pay extra attention to this traffic in the lane to my right. Look like they're all set up to get off here downtown, but anytime I'm in a split position, a situation like that, I'm expecting people to cut from one side or to the other. They'll either cut across my nose to get to the exit, or they'll be in the exit lane and can you like shut up? Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's a left exit I'm going to be using. I want to say it's exit 7, but it's been a bit. I don't do this route regularly, so I'm forgetting the exact exit number, but I'm wanting to say it's 7. off the road here anyway, but alright, southbound 75 closed at 244. Well, I'm getting on northbound, so it doesn't matter. I'm sure this traffic behind me might be like, "Hey, get out of the way." Yeah, it is a left exit. So I do need to move over here ASAP. It's less than a mile away. It's roughly a 20-mile drive, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, I'm right at 19 and a half miles. And of course, about half a mile of that was off the freeway. But so yeah, about 20 miles here to get to this interchange here, and then it's about a 30-mile trip once you're actually on here on 75. Shit, forgot. Now I kept thinking there was a traffic light up here, but it's yeah, I don't come to here enough, and then yeah, I mean I still got to slow down for this curve. Pick it up. Okay, so if you'd taken exit 4 Bravo, you would have been on the other side of this merge here, basically. Alright, so it'll be a 30-mile trip. I'm going to go ahead and accelerate it. I have some music for you guys as well. And we'll come back to normal speed when we get to the... we're getting close to the exit for Walmart. Alright guys, we're passing by Cherokee Casino right here, and a mile away from our exit here. You can see the Walmart DC right up here on the left. County Road 3000 is the exit. It's actually an exit, and then you cross over the top of 75 to get over there. Most everything here is just regular at-grade crossings. Alright, so on the way over here, I had on the way up to Sapulpa, when I picked the load up, I originally thought about stopping in Yucca, Arizona for a 10-hour break, and then running from there to our turn. Basically, run from there to somewhere in eastern New Mexico, do another 10, and then run from there to our terminal and do another 10 before delivering. And at the time, I didn't know what time my delivery appointment time was going to be. Also, because I had given my my DM roughly noon ETA for yesterday. That was my original ETA. She ended up asking me if I wanted to see about getting a drop in at our terminal. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. I'll go for that. But then the delivery appointment got scheduled for 8:45 this morning. I was kind of anticipating somewhere between 00:30 and 6 a.m. So, and since I didn't have that information to work with at the time, instead of stopping in Yucca, I went ahead and ran hard because I didn't want to have to rely on a second 10-hour break, on an extra 10-hour break that I wasn't completely certain that I'd be allowed to, that I wasn't sure if I'd have time for that. Okay, so you got a bunch of trucks parked here. You can get ticketed here if you're hanging out here. So there's no parking anytime. It's Bartlesville police or whoever it is. I guess they come through here, and then they might take note of who's all here. like what trucks are here, and then they'll come back a couple hours later, and if any trucks are here that are still here, any trucks that are still here that were on the list already, they start ticketing them, from what I was told. Alright, so yeah, I ended up, instead of stopping in Yucca, I made it all the way out to Jamestown, New Mexico. And then did my next 10-hour break in at Russell's Travel Center just before getting into Texas. I didn't want to deal with, I didn't need to run much harder, and I didn't want to have trouble finding a place to park. So, man. Morning, how you doing?
Are you in the car?
Yeah. This DC, they want, remember, they want you to stay in your truck. It's only Walmart DC I see that does that. So it is, yeah, it is kind of confusing because I'm used to, yeah, all the other Walmarts, they don't let you in the guard shack now, as well as in the office. So. 329, okay, appreciate it. Alright, I've changed my status to yard move, and now we're gonna go dock in at door 329. Sunglasses on, got the sun on my face now. Alright, so, oh yeah, so finishing up though on what I was talking about earlier, yeah, I stopped at Russell's. I was close enough to reach the yard after that, and didn't want to drive too late at night and have trouble finding a place to park. So got off the road a little bit earlier. There was plenty of parking available at Russell's at the time, and I was able to get from Russell's to our terminal without even doing a 30-minute break, let alone a full shift. So real easy there. And then I did at least a good 16-hour break at the terminal. I'm still going to end up running out of hours with this next load too. I'm going to have to wait on recaps to make to get all the way up to Oakland, and I'm gonna run out of hours before I get to the recap. So even if I sat for that long, it's so okay. I'm gonna be limited on what I can do with my next load anyway. So that's why. For me personally, you know, sometimes people ask, how do you stand sitting in dock doors or you know, waiting so long or whatever? Okay, well, I got $400 detention pay approved yesterday for my pickup in Colton. That you know, the one where I got detained. I think it was a 2-part video that I had to. I think I had to post that as 2 separate parts. Yeah, I got $400 in detention pay out of that. And I'm still going to run out of hours. Why do I need to bitch about where I'm sitting? Okay, sit here or sit somewhere else waiting for it makes no difference. And all right, I'm gonna be right next to this orange Freightliner. All right, I had to be aware of what that guy over there was doing, which truck he was walking to. Got another guy over here, but I should be in the door before he catches up. Just a little bit further left, just to be sure. I can't quite see the pad on the right side, and I want to be sure that I won't have to. I want to make sure I won't get asked to reconnect to my trailer to move it a little bit over to one side or another. Alright, standard Walmart policy here. Always disconnect from your trailer and pull forward. I'll get pulled forward a little bit. Wait for my pressure to drop. Also, you notice when I put my wheel chock in, some people will say leave a small gap there. I don't really worry about that because when the trailer is getting rocked back and forth by the forklift going in and out, it's probably going to slide a little bit forward anyway, as it's a tad. And I've never had a problem with even when I wedge it up against there to put it, to back into the dock door and then set my brakes, and then I can usually easily get it back out still. Once in a while I might have to kick it a little bit, but usually not by doing that. So I don't really worry about that. Anyway, I'm gonna go get it checked in, and we'll have some more footage for you guys here when I'm ready to leave here, all right? Alright guys, we're all done here. But there is a problem. They rejected, I think it was 120 cases on one, and 180 cases on the other for quality problems, which means basically because it's produce. So what it means is that, why does it say problem freight 520 though? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, quality problem means that it came from the shipper not in good enough quality, like you had too much decay or something. She says that they should have kept it all. Don't know for sure. I'll find out when I get it pulled away from the door, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to report to OS&D though, either way. see, just like I was saying earlier, I'll say some people will advocate leaving a gap between the chalk and the tire. I put the chalk right up against the tire earlier. You saw from the video here just how easy a time I had getting that chalk out of there. Alright, it should be good enough. Now let's double check. Have my phone with me just in case I need to take pictures. Okay, yeah, it's confirmed empty. I mean, they rejected, but they kept it as far as we were concerned. But I'll still have to report the OS&D, so we'll take care of that. It'll take a few minutes here.
Calling tracking. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, just barely. This is Scott on L3365 Echo.
You said L3, one more time, sorry?
L3365 Echo.
Gotcha. And what's the problem?
I got some OS&D for you on my load. I don't know how to properly document this one though, because it's technically a reject, but my trailer's empty. So like,
Okay, so what happened? Do you have damage? Or
it shows on the reason for both, because it's both POs, and they both say quality issue as the reason.
okay, how many cases?
The first PO, it shows 120 rejected, but it shows 520 cases and 520 problem freight. So I'm not really. I mean, the lady at the receiving office told me it was 120 rejected, but.
I'll just go by what the bill say. What's the PO number?
Looks like 0623 389. What's that? 633.
And what's the other PO that's causing issue?
Okay, that one, the PO was 0624 212 832.
And what was going on with that one?
Same issue, quality issue, and that's got 180 cases rejected.
Okay, so as soon as we get this entered, I'll send you your OS&D number over to Qualcomm, but you can go ahead and send your empty call in.
Okay, appreciate it.
Alright, thanks.
Thanks. Damn it. Come on. Alright guys, should I go ahead and send my empty call in? Looks like this FFE guy is looking for my door, so I'm gonna get out of the way first. That, or I don't know if he's waiting to get into my door or dock in nearby, but either way, he's sitting there waiting for me. So I'm gonna get over here just out of the way so he can do his thing, and I'll send him my info. Now, when you have a rejected issue like that, usually you don't want to leave the dock door until unless you're instructed to, by the shipper. So, but it looks like we're good to go. So I just called in the info, and that was all they seemed to want. So go ahead and send him the empty call now, and that way I don't have to sit and wait just in case someone tries to leave at the same time as me and I get in their way trying to send this. Alright, now if I can ever get my my clock part of my thing back, HOS part back, I can. Come on. Let me change my status already. Shit. Alright, yard move. Check out at consignee. Okay, doors are left open still because obviously Walmart needs to verify that it's empty or whatever. It's no, I'm not stealing any product. I had a feeling he was going to turn over there. Just because he was a Walmart private fleet, I had a feeling he was going to want to turn there. But like, well, oh well. Okay, so there'll be a couple of ways. I'm going to head over to my next shipper after this. That will be in Arkansas City, Kansas. I'm gonna probably stop at the pilot over in Tonkawa off of I-35 so I can get me a shower, and then I'm gonna have to sweep out my trailer as well. Be okay with washing it out if there was a washout facility along the route. I don't think there is one though. I'll have to check my trucker path. Get out of here. Actually, there is a truck wash over in Ponca City. Bowers Trucking. Over on the east side of Ponca City. Okay, so I might consider doing that. Let's double check where exactly it's at. Get out of here! I didn't say to pull up some other shit. Okay, it's looks like it's right in front of this Osage Casino on the north side of 60. Now, getting to Highway 60, there's a couple of ways I can go. I can either go north on 75 and then just get on 60, or let me go around this. I don't do running over skills if I don't need to. I had a couple of tires running over, but okay. Okay, let's get out of here. Yeah, the other way would be to go south back toward Tulsa. Because you're not supposed to be on these county roads here, so. Yeah, you either have to go up to, I think Bartlesville would probably be the easiest way to go. Yeah, it's the shortest route, so. We're going north. Going north on 75 to end this, and I'll be watching. Of course, I'll be on my way to Ponca City, possibly for washout, and then to Tonkawa for a shower and maybe some fuel as well. Actually, definitely reefer fuel. Be a little bit out of route to get my fuel, but kind of a necessary evil. Because, I mean, that's where that's why I wanted to have a full tank of fuel when I left the yard. So I wouldn't have to make a special trip just to go to get reefer fuel. But then again, I need a shower anyway, so. And the load's it's not due for pickup for another 11 or so, 10 more hours or so, like somewhere around there. Ideally, I'd like to drop the trailer first and then go over there, but I need reefer fuel. They won't, when you got drop hook pickups, which is what we do there, they will not take your trailer if you don't have at least 3/4 fuel, and they'll tell you to turn around and fill it up and come back. So if you're new to the reefer industry, that's something to keep remember. Don't show up at shippers with less than 3/4 of a tank of fuel in your reefer tank. One of my viewers who just came to JCT, actually, he did reefer previously in the past, but it's been a long time for him, and he kind of had a little bit of a snafu with that same issue in Florida recently. He wasn't aware that there was and not to mention him being new to JCT, he doesn't know what shippers do drop hooks, which shippers do live loads. So if it's a live load, highly unlikely they're going to care how much fuel's in your reefer tank. But if it's a dropping hook, oh yeah, absolutely. If they're doing their job, they're not going to allow you on the property unless you have at least 3/4 tank. So what I usually prefer to do is max out my reefer tank right before I deliver my load, and then when I make my delivery, even like if I spent 3+ hours on the door like I just did, then hey, I still have at least 3/4 tanks, even with it running in continuous mode. So then I don't have to make any special stops just for that. But it is what it is. I wanted reefer fuel in the yard, and just like I said, it was what it was. There's that little truck stop there. They charge like $10 for parking there. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to have some more footage for you anyway when on a different video when I pick up my load in Arkansas City, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, as always. And hopefully within a day or so after you see this video, the pickup in Arkansas City will be available for you to watch, right? So you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.